No way.
Oh my god.
Headshots. Fucking headshots, bro.
I hate this game.
What on the other side?
What's up, everybody? YouTube world. Welcome back to Gaming Veterans Unplugged, episode 7. So if you joined us last week, you know that Panda is out on vacation. He's traveling the world playing softball with his family. So he will be back on the next one. So we brought back RC as our special guest to come and hang out and talk some video games and talk about life and things like that with us. So welcome back, RC. Thanks for joining us again. We're glad to have you. So before we get into what we're going to talk about, before we talk about the big news of the week, which everybody knows it's a gaming channel, right? So we're just going to keep it simple. We are going to talk about what we just did not accomplish because it's funny, right? For those of you that haven't done it yet, because all the hype is on Verdansk this week, right? And Verdansk was dope, and we're going to get into that. And but we want to start off with something else. We attempted the new zombies map, and we did about 3.5 hours. And do you want to know what happened? The fucking T-Rex killed us all. Died. Didn't make it. Yeah. We got loaded up. It was crazy. So if you guys haven't tried out the new zombies, it's fun. It's something different. You know, there's a zombie community within the Call of Duty realm. There's a Warzone community. There's a resurgence community. There's a multiplayer community, right? We try to spread the wealth between all of them.
All the communities. And
we do it all together. And we have fun. If you want to check it out, check out CruzNate Chronicles stream from today. And you'll see it's 3.5 hours. Good luck. I hope you got the skip button ready because there's a lot of pause. There's a lot of RC like, what the hell are we doing? Why are we standing here? Daniel, what are you doing? What's next?
A lot of babysitting of the zombies.
Yeah. So, but it was fun. What'd you guys think about it? The new map. RC, what'd you think about it? You're the zombie guy, so how did you feel about the new map?
It was cool. It was cool. It was bigger than the other ones. And it was different. I like how it's more spooky like.
Yeah, well, you guys were doing some things. I was sitting in the main lobby and I kept hearing like shit knocking, and I was like, "What the fuck is that, bro?" Like, it gives you that whole like haunted house vibe, right?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was gonna be that big, to be honest with you, because it's just the mansion. You know what I mean? But it feels pretty sizable.
There's a lot of rooms, especially going downstairs.
Yeah.
And also secret rooms and those when you go to different dimensions.
Yeah, and then you spend all this time opening up the mansion and going underneath the mansion, and then when you go to fight the T-Rex, they dump you in this pit that's over to the left that you've never been in the whole time, and you don't know the orientation of it, and you run around in a circle and you just get fucked up. Like, seriously, it was terrible.
Yeah.
It was tough.
Around like a little bunny.
It was tough. It was tough. If you don't know, we like to subject ourselves to that type of pain and suffering when it comes to zombies, because we've done a couple of streams before that have been 3 hours long and we don't get it. So we turn off the stream and then we try again. And the last time I think we did it twice and we were up to like 5 o'clock in the morning.
I will say it was weird this time because we didn't have RC yelling at us.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, that is I would like to implement the simple fact that RC is no longer allowed to be the guy in charge, because he's so much more calmer. He's so much more calm when he's not like having to lead the pack. Like he's just like, but I mean, he is like on your case about what the hell are we doing though. He said, "What are we doing?" like 500 times. Like every time something stopped moving.
Well, Daniel was taking lead, and I was like, "Okay, you take lead, Daniel."
Yeah, I think RC low key enjoyed it.
I figured. I mean, I figured since he's done the last 3, I was like, man, let me look at. Pretty much all of them. I was like, yo, let me go ahead and take the reins and let's try to do it. So it's pretty easy now. This Easter egg, I feel like it's pretty easy. I think the difficult part was the
just doing everything, right?
The ether mode.
Yeah,
trying to find out those spots, because other than that, I mean, it was pretty easy. and then obviously the stupid T-Rex boss.
Yeah. For the most part, it flowed pretty quickly. We got through most of it pretty fast. Yeah. I mean, granted, it took us 3.5 hours, but you got to, people got to know out there in the world, like when you're doing this for the first time, it's 2 days old, right? Like you got to stop. Somebody's got to do some research because it's
hard to remember everything.
Yeah, and we're not the type of guys that's like, Wednesday at 11 o'clock, the new map comes out. And then Wednesday at 11:01, we're on the new map trying to figure it out. Right now, we're going to let all the big streamers do all the zombie stuff first. We're going to figure out the best strategy and we're going to try it ourselves.
Yeah.
And we still fail. So, it's not that easy. Right. Yeah. But yeah, it was fun. It's always fun playing zombies with you guys. I enjoyed it. So moving on to.
When are we going to do it again?
Oh, yeah. Listen, I mean. Hey, you can hold accountable because it's on video for people.
Damn, dude. I don't know.
Monday?
I think everybody needs to get guns.
He said Monday? Question mark?
Gunship.
You know what it was though? I think the hardest part about the boss fight is not even the T-Rex. It's the fact that you have to run around that pit in a circle and there's the toxic gas like every 5 feet, right? Yeah. And you're not paying attention to that, so you're losing health. And then the zombies are just fucking you up. So yeah, It's kind of hectic, to be honest with you, for a zombies boss fight. I mean, it's always like that. There's always a crap ton of freaking regular zombies that you got to deal with. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. RC, to answer your question, BRB on the when we're gonna do zombies.
BRB.
We'll get back at you.
We'll get back to you. But yeah, we won't wait that long. We just want to make sure that everybody's available this time. We don't want to get CruzNate Chronicles hosed like last time and don't complete one.
Yeah. We can do it again next Friday.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about drill next Friday.
Level up your character, level up your rank, get chopper gunner.
Yeah.
That's true too.
That is true. Yeah. I didn't even have it unlocked either. So
yeah, we might have to do that. Play some
and
just
also level up your E for Shroud.
Yeah.
Yeah, play some regular zombie, like the easy directed map and just level up that shit, complete some augments. So it's a good idea. I like that. But so that was zombies in a nutshell. Quote it sucked, but it was fun. And it only sucked because we didn't finish it. If we finished it, we'd be boasting right now. Like, we fucked that shit up. It was easy, but it wasn't. Yeah. So, So, all right. So let's move on. Some more Call of Duty news. Obviously, this week, like I said, Verdansk came back. Everybody was hyped about it. Okay. I just want to get talk about it a little bit. And then I got some stuff that some people said about it. And I just want to see if you guys agree or disagree or whatever. But so let's see. There's a headline from PC Games Network.com. PC Games Network, I think is what it's called. Warzone's Verdansk update is here, and I've rarely seen COD players this happy. The return of Call of Duty Warzone Verdansk map has arrived without any major hitches, and it feels like one of the best updates in ages, which I might agree with that. The new Warzone Verdansk map has arrived, and to no one's surprise, Call of Duty community is going wild for it. However, having been scared by the state of several major updates in the Battle Royale game history, I and many others were bracing for something to go wrong. Broken servers, game-breaking updates, game-breaking bugs, perhaps. Well, it seems that I should have had a bit more faith because aside from a new, smaller issue and grumbles, Warzone Season 3 Verdansk update appears to be an all-around triumph. And this is from Jamie Hoare on PCGames.com. So, and this is one of the headlines that pops up first thing when you Google, like if you just Googled Verdansk return review, right? You can go on YouTube and you can look at everybody else's reaction and stuff like that. But this is an actual PC Games Network. And I have to say, dude, I don't disagree with this guy. Like 100%. I have not enjoyed playing the game after an update in this manner in I don't even know how long. It was, for me personally, obviously playing with you guys, but on my end of my PC, and I run I run a GeForce 3060, mind you. Okay. Everybody knows like I don't have an up-to-date PC. My PC was brand new when Verdansk originally came out for the most part. It's been smooth, bro. Smooth. I haven't had any like weird server issues. I think I had one game where I started lagging like a little bit in the middle and then it went away pretty quickly. I haven't seen crazy bugs. I haven't ran into anything weird. And I don't even think I've ran into a cheater, to be honest with you. Maybe there's one like that was like questionable, but who knows? So what do you guys think? How did it go for you?
So I would say I definitely enjoyed like the whole traditional, like old school battle royale when it first came out. Like that was great. Not a lot of noises. Like how we were like every little thing, like every 5 seconds, something was going on. Like a PA or whatever, like you hear him calling it out. So I enjoyed that it was very quiet. It was just certain things like, oh, the storm or whatever is moving and this and that's it. Like nothing over. So that's what I think.
Yeah.
I think it's really good, dude. One of my favorite things about it is how old school, original, like true battle royale gameplay it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like how the money, how scarce everything is. Like even though I complain about it, I know it's good for the game.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't want it to be so resurgency where you're just coming back.
Yeah,
it's not really battle royale. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. That's a great point, right? Because let's look at the facts. Is since Verdansk, right, the rise of the resurgence gameplay has skyrocketed because big maps have been not as great as Verdansk, or people don't enjoy them as much. Like Kadar was pretty fun, you know what I mean? Like, but it seems like the big maps have been on a steady decline since they took away Verdansk in the original, iteration. So I feel like that's what caused a lot of the rise in the Resurgence game, which is great, right? Like Resurgence is fun, but it's a different type of mentality for a gaming, game, like for a gamer to go into a game and play. You got to be ready to move and hustle, and those kind of games, like your Joe Woes, like that type of mode is catered to those guys, to the sweaty, like constantly moving, constantly running around, all that kind of stuff. I am very, very happy. And I know we talked about it last week. Like I wasn't going to bank on the whole popularity of the game, right? I really don't care. Like I didn't look up and go, oh, what do people think, right? I just took it for what we took it as together as we experienced it with Brian as well before he went on vacation. And I thoroughly enjoyed the game for the first time in a long time. For a long time. The game felt smooth. Whatever the changes they did, they're hardly noticeable, but if you pay attention, they're noticeable. That slowed the game down, like you said, but it also slowed the game down in a manner because the map is just, I forgot how big that map is. And there's 150 people. 150. Yeah. And that map is huge, bro. And it's good because you can, yes, move around with vehicles, but you can still move around if you play it right, just on foot and whatever, and have good games. We got one dub on the first day. It took forever, but we got one. Like I said, the overall feel of it was just great, man. It was nostalgic going to all the different places and trying to hit where we hadn't been before, or hadn't been in a long time or whatever. But yeah, just the overall play was just great, man. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I was happy. It was like a W that everybody had been waiting for, and I think it kind of shut up a lot of people, right? Because a lot of people had a lot of doubts. They're like, dude, they're bringing this back. It's going to be so bad. It's going to be so bad. And then, dude, Thursday morning, an hour after the game release, if you click on YouTube, bro, it's everybody who hasn't played Verdansk and been smashing on Verdansk and backing, and like everybody's playing it and everybody's streaming it. Yeah. And I think that's good. I think it's good for Call of Duty enough to go, hey, you have something good here. Now capitalize on what the good part is, right? Yeah. Obviously, Verdansk is it for Call of Duty. They've got to figure out a way to take that momentum and move forward. Do I think it's going to get played out? Maybe. I don't know, man. Because, we talked about it, right? Like you have games like PUBG and stuff like that. They don't really change maps. They just, you just play on the same thing. I think what still will happen is the people who need to move on from Battle Royale will move on from Battle Royale, but it's going to remain vastly popular to stay and play Verdansk. And I think you just leave it like that. You know what I mean? You can make iterations and changes like they did originally, right? Where they add a building here, they blow a building up here, and then that's the next iteration or whatever. But as a whole, man, I think that map just plays so well, dude. There's so much.
I agree.
Works.
It was funny how we were like, "Oh, isn't this here or isn't this here?" And we were all like, "No, it's like old school, like original." And we were like, "Oh shit, yeah!" Like we all had our moments. We were like, "Wait, isn't this here?" And we were like, "No, man, we're like old school, like first."
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
It's legit. It's legit a copy and paste of the very first iteration of Verdansk, but without any of the bugs that we got when the game first got introduced, right? Like floating loot works so well. I don't have to shuffle through everything to pick up 10 different guns when I'm just trying to pick up a plate.
Keep fucking pressing square. So my question for y'all, do you think it would have been this successful? Because I think this is successful, right?
Yes.
Would it have been this successful if it was Urzikstan or Al Malzra, but with the same mechanics?
Yes. I'll go out on a limb and say yes, because I think gameplay is more important to people who casually game than the map that they're playing on, right? Yeah. And I think that's what hurt those maps is all the implementation of the redeployment balloons and all that kind of stuff, like speeding the game. Because like they took a slow paced tactical game and they tried to turn it into a giant resurgence map, allowing people to fly all over the place and just pounce on people and things like that. Like now you can't buy people back in the last circle. You know what I'm saying? You can't use ammunitions boxes in the gas. Like you can't do any of those stupid quirky things that people were discovering back in the day, because now they know about them and they're like, no, we want this thing to be as pure as possible, right? I'll go out on a limb and say I think they would have if they keep the same mechanics and just transfer the map layout. Like I think those maps could be more successful. It may be more successful, maybe not as successful as Verdansk, but definitely more successful than they were, right? So that's my opinion on that for sure.
Because I do want to go back to Al Malzra and what was that other map? Caldera. Like I want to go back to those maps, right? But I want to use these mechanics. These mechanics that Verdansk has right now is like is point. Like it needs to be where it's at right now.
Yeah. Like this is the baseline of where everything is, right? And it needs to stay here. Yeah. And then, like you said, you just pick and choose the couple of things that need to change, but don't change the mechanics.
I give Activision props though. Like Raven Software, I give them props for trying to be innovative and try different things, right? For what they've done in every Call of Duty game. Yeah. They should have gone back though. I think that's they should have definitely gone back to how it is right now.
Yeah, I agree. I think they wrung that towel dry too many times, right? Like, and I agree. Trying to be innovative and everything is great, and it's good for the sport of esports, right? But you have to keep. You can't just change everything all at once. I think that's the biggest problem that we dealt with on a casual level, right? Like. You jump into a new game and they're like, oh, it's a huge update, right? Like new map, new dynamic, blah, 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 blah. And then it's like, dude, we have to learn how to play the game all over again. And then when you figure out how to play the game, it's so different from the way the last game played. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's like, it's building blocks, of course, but I think you're right. I think they built on the wrong dynamic, right? They focus more on, just like I said, just adding too much stuff instead of keeping the basics that work and then building around that. So you're going to say something, Jose?
Yeah, man, I'm just hoping that it stays like this. Cause like I said, I know, I knew that I was like over COD. Like I wasn't enjoying it anymore. That's one of the reasons why I just stopped really like gaming. And we all kind of just fell off. But like, I think I was one of the first ones that was just like, oh, nah, I'm not streaming with y'all, or I'm playing with y'all today. I'm gonna play a horror game or whatever. Yeah. So after us playing, like I really, really enjoyed it. Like it took me back to when I was deployed and whatnot. Like how much I enjoyed it, and then like even during COVID time, like it was great. Like so, I hope it stays this way. Like they learned their lesson, I guess you could say, and just keep it that way. So I mean, yeah, it's a few changes here and there, but don't go to the extreme to where like they want to go back to like fast pace. Because we even said it ourselves, like I really missed Big Map when we were playing.
Yeah. That's it. That's true. Because that's where we all started was Big Map. I mean, everybody started on Big Map. Don't get me wrong, right? But like there were all like from the beginning, there were always people that's like, oh, the map's way too big. You know what I mean? And those are like the guys who try to transition from like maybe like a multiplayer type of dynamic into playing Warzone, which was new for everybody, right? So you had to try it, you know, but you can tell who the type of people are that enjoy the Resurgence game mode, which we enjoy the Resurgence game mode, but I don't want it to be the point where that's the only option, right? Like the big map is so bad and played so terribly for, you know, the casual gamer that it turned into Resurgence mode. Like that's how it's been for the last couple of years. And it's kind of a turnoff in a sense, like as far as gaming is concerned to me, because being able to play and just kind of cruise along and like, you know, you get into a fight here, right? Everybody makes it out and then you kind of regame and then regain and then move, right? Like that's good, right? Not just fucking go.
Yeah, the fact
right?
you wouldn't have to worry about third parties and stuff like that. We would do it like in Resurgence. That's great.
Yeah, and then the feel of a third party in the big map is way different than when you're in Resurgence. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because you're already stressed out because everything's so fast paced. So yeah, I caught myself.
The fact that I can get kills when we get in third party in the big map and not really stress out, that's a win.
Yeah, because you play smart. You know what I mean? Like it's easier to play smart because there's so much space and room for opportunity. You know what I mean? And I like that, and I think obviously we all like that, and it was great, man. It was like I haven't been this happy playing that game in so long, and I enjoy playing it between then and now. You know, not gonna sit here and say I hated the game by any means, but the last couple months it started to go downhill steadily, right?
Yeah,
and that's where we got to the point. Yeah, and then that's when we got to the point where we stopped playing every day. We stopped playing fucking 3 nights a week. We only played once or twice a week, and it was good. So yeah. Welcome back, RC. So while you were away, I don't know, have you gotten the chance to play Verdansk yet? RC?
Yeah, I did.
How did you so we kind of just talked about like our thoughts on the whole thing, how it felt, you know, how we enjoyed it. There wasn't really anything that we didn't like, to be honest with you. So what are your thoughts on the new release or the re-release of Verdansk? Like it, hate it, can do without it?
I guess it's something I like it a lot. Like there's good memories into that.
Yeah, like reliving the gameplay. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and all like the areas you remember. I like the little details they did. Like when the items come out, they're like all floaty.
Yeah.
Like it's much easier to grab stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy to pick and choose what you want.
The way the buy station looked too, that threw me for. I was just like, whoa, like
oh yeah, the buy station.
Yeah, it was like it was testy to go back to playing the game in that mode, right? Because we've been playing this way for so long, and it was like it was weird how it was like we took a step back, but we also took a step forward. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
So I was happy with it. So
I don't see that there wasn't any problems.
No, I haven't. I don't know if you guys have, and you know, I'm home most days of the week because I'm retired. So, and I only work when I want to, which is great. By the way, if anybody can do that, please. I highly recommend it. Well, I said this last week, okay, and my man came through for me. If you look up, if you go to Iceman Isaac's channel, there's already a Meta Warzone loadout video.
After winning on the settings.
Yeah, there's got to be a settings one's coming out next, but that came out pretty quickly. And then, you know, Joe is back to his old mode, like the movement god of, you know, and it's fun, right? It's fun because I do tend to watch a couple of streamers. Now, I'm not gonna lie, they're entertaining. I don't sit there and watch their 24-hour streams. That's for sure. I'll just click on every once in a while, about 20 minutes. But so it was good. I definitely liked playing, but it's crazy. I enjoyed it very much that I thought about it after the fact, right? But I'm not to where it's like, oh, I got to play this every day, right? It was just like an enjoyable experience that it's like, if the boys are ready to play, yeah, I'm down. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to be like on here every day again, back like that. Like, you know, it just brought back that family friend type environment to play with the boys that just made it just great, man. Just made it great. So Next, well, we're gonna play an opinionated game, okay? And it's basically unpopular opinions in regards to gaming. Okay, so I just kind of Googled this to kind of give a couple of things. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to read out these questions and we're going to talk about them briefly. And this is not like, it's kind of shoot from the hip, but it's not like we got to get in depth about it. So we'll just start with the first one, right? So the first unpopular opinion for gaming is playing only mobile games does not make you a gamer. Agree or disagree? And why, if you want to put in why.
Mobile games does not make you a gamer.
So I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no, and here's the reason why. Because mobile gaming, all you need to do is just press a button.
Okay, fair.
All right. So the games that I know, like Clash, what is it? Clash of Titans or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fucking what's another game? There was a Super Mario game that came out.
Like the Mario Kart.
No, it was like it was an actual Super Mario. It was from Nintendo, and it was Mario jumping in a 2D platform.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All you need to do is just like press it and jump it. I don't know, dude. I don't think it's like true gaming. True. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. But
so you're saying that you agree that it does not make you a gamer, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Jose, what do you think?
So I agree with Daniel on that. Yes.
Okay.
But if you're talking about like PUBG Mobile, maybe like Call of Duty Mobile, they even have like Delta Force Mobile.
Mm-hmm.
You do have to kind of like use the quote unquote analog from the screen, or if you buy what's it called, the backbone, where you put it on your phone, like little.
Yeah.
Maybe that, because I mean, I would play that. I know, like when I was deployed, every morning before we started work, as we were eating our breakfast, we'll hop on Call of Duty Mobile, hop on some Warzone, and then we'll start working afterwards. So, I guess you could say it depends, but I'm still gonna say no, no. Yeah.
So you agree? Doesn't make you a gamer? Gotcha. RC, what do you feel?
I don't think so. Before you answer, I don't think so, because games like PUBG on mobile have bots. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
But they do have bots. And there was a time where I would play a lot of it and I would get winner chicken dinner back to back like fucking 50 times, dude.
Yeah.
There's no way I won that many times.
No, man, you were just
but if you watch YouTube, people win Warzone that many times. You know what I mean?
No, dude, well, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, there's
right.
Like,
no, I get it.
So
I agree with that statement. RC, what do you feel?
In some cases, maybe. It's like saying, can you call yourself a veteran if you've never been to war? Like, mobile gaming is really popular in Japan, and that's why, and also in China too. Those countries, and they just, they're a gamer, right? They're playing games, but they're not playing.
What's your definition of a gamer, though?
So here, let me cacaveat before you guys. Yeah, so let me caveat this before you guys get into it, right?
Hold on, really quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me say something.
They're not playing games like like Tetris or like those kind of simple games. I think there are like some more advanced mobile game.
So the fun part about this unpopular opinion game is there's no caveat to this, right? It's just a bold statement, and it's a generalized statement, right? So this is what happens on most every podcast that does this kind of thing. It's just like it's your interpretation of what it is based off how you answer, right?
Yeah.
I disagree only because of the point that RC made. I grew up overseas, okay, for the most of my life, and we didn't have mobile gaming then, right? But when I went back as I was older and got stationed out there, mobile gaming is extremely huge, especially in Japan. Okay.
Yeah.
I think for me, I say I disagree because it doesn't really break down. There's different levels and different types of gaming and gamers, right? If you're talking esports, then I agree with Daniel and Jose. If you're talking just a guy that likes to play video games, dude, you play whatever. And if you're a gamer, you're a gamer, right? Like, there's guys out there now that played games in the 80s that still play it now, and they're gamers. But that's the only thing they play. They play joystick and 2 buttons. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm going to go with disagree. So with that, but it's fun to talk about this stuff. So next one, unpopular opinion. All battle royale games are the same. Agree or disagree? This is a spicy one because we are battle royale gamers.
I disagree.
Disagree? Okay. Why?
Why, RC?
Because if all the same, then why there's like different? Why people like to play this one and not that one? You know, there's people like to play Apex and not Call of Duty, or Fortnite, or not Call of Duty.
Okay, but how different are they?
The main thing is that it's still there. Well, Apex has more of a hero abilities, more hero shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Fortnite, well, you could build stuff in Fortnite. And also a lot of it's just different. The third person is Fortnite.
So I'm gonna be with RC. I don't think they're all the same. So yes, they all have the main purpose of clearly winning the match, being the last team or the last person. If you're playing solo, or whatever, the last person to win. But I agree. Like, I feel like they all definitely have the same like success. Like some of the games, how they're simple to going back to like Warzone, like how it went back to it being simple again. So that is, they're all the same, but definitely the way that it plays and whatnot. So like, I know coming from a person who enjoyed playing Apex a lot more, I used to be Warzone. I left Warzone, went straight to Apex, and then I came back to Warzone. I feel like Apex was a lot more, I guess, like slower and tactical. You had to like really think about it. Yes, be more strategic. And like Harzi said, it was more of a hero type. So we all had to play smart. Like, hey, who do you feel comfortable playing with? So like me, I would always play as a medic, and so forth and whatnot, and support and stuff like that. So that's where I'm gonna say, yeah, for sure it's different. Because like even if you look at Warzone itself, it's more of just like your point shoot grenade. Let me call in some air support, basically.
Okay. So, what do you got, Daniel?
Yeah, I'm sort of half and half. So yes, it is. They are different. They all play different, but at the end of the day, they're all battle royales. There's a certain amount of people, a certain amount of groups, teams, and y'all gotta be number one.
Yep. I get that.
So that's how I view it. But there's nothing wrong with it. All right. I think I have more fun. Not that I have more fun, but whatever I'm in the mood for, I go with, right? I mean, that's why I like Apex and I like COD or Warzone, because I like bouncing from one to the other, because I like having choices, right? That's how I want to compare that. I want to compare that to the multiplayer where Battlefield and Call of Duty and what was that game that reached Titanfall? Like they all have like a certain multiplayer, right? But they all have different things. So I think they're different but same.
So I'm going to jump on Daniel's bandwagon, and I'm going to take the other half of, I agree. They're all the same. And the only reason I'm basing it off of is the objective is all the same, right? Because if you look at games in the past, right, generally certain types of games had the same objective. If they fall in the same category, they had the same objective. Battle Royales have the same objective. It's one team wins or one person wins, whichever way you go, right? Yeah. Now, I agree with the simple fact, like Daniel said, they all play differently and they all feel very different. But if you objectify it just to what the game is and what the game mode is about, it's the same. Because if it wasn't, then people wouldn't be playing extractors now because they're tired of playing Battle Royale, right? Yeah. Because it's the same. Exactly. So, and this was a close one. This one was 58 60% disagree and 42% agree that they're the same or not the same. So I like that one. That was a good one. So unpopular opinion, playing games on PC is better than playing on console. Agree or disagree? I thought this would be a fun one to end it on.
Yes.
So who's going first?
I agree.
You agree?
Yeah.
You agree that PC is better than console?
Yeah, for what Danny is telling me and from what I'm seeing, because
oh yeah. Go ahead and explain. Because so to caveat, right? RC, you do not play on PC yet, and you want to, right? You play strictly console, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So now go ahead and finish your thought. I just want to clarify that. Like you are a console player currently, and you're saying that PC gaming is better than playing on console, and you haven't experienced it yet. So let's talk about your basis of why you're coming to that conclusion.
First of all, yeah, PC costs a lot to make, but the reward is not that bad because games on PC is cheaper.
That's a fair point. Yeah.
Yeah, graphics are a lot better. I could change up the graphics card or anything. They get a lot better. And I got a bunch of games, from strategy types, from old types. It's a lot.
Some good points. I like it.
Yeah, console is too limited.
It's very limited.
Very limited. Yeah.
Yeah. The only you done, RC?
Yeah, bro. I sent you a video on Instagram about the Nintendo Switch.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know if y'all saw it. Did you just send it to me or did you send it to the whole chat?
The whole chat.
Okay. So RC sent out a chat or an Instagram post. It was pretty much the Nintendo Switch versus the Steam Deck. And if you don't know, the Steam Deck is a PC. It's a PC
handheld PC.
Portable handheld PC. And obviously the Nintendo Switch 2 is a console, right?
Yeah.
But it pretty much compares and contrasts both, pretty much showing that the Steam is 10 times better, and the only thing that the Nintendo has is its exclusives, and that's pretty much what every console has. What they have going for is their exclusives.
Yeah.
Okay. So you agree PC is better than console, Daniel?
Yes, I do. I am so glad that I made the switch. The only thing I have to complain about is the stupid cheaters. That's all I have to complain about.
That's a good point. That's a fair point, right? So
that's the only thing.
That's a problem.
So
other than that, man, I love that everything. I have my keyboard in front of me. I'm talking to y'all, or when we're gaming, dude, and we're in between games. I can pull up Google on my computer, on my second screen, or on the same screen. Right? Press the Windows button, do whatever I had to do, and then jump back in the game. It's just crazy how easy it is, or whatever.
Yeah. So you agree. But so basically what you're saying is you agree based off of the overall realm of PC versus console, right? The ability to play, everything that comes wrapped with a PC, not just the gaming experience, but everything on top of that.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Jose, what do you think?
So I'm gonna piggyback on what Daniel says. I'm the same way. I'm glad that I switched. I mean, I still have my PS5 is literally right in front of me here, hanging on the wall, but like I said, the fact that I'm able to multitask, even especially me when I'm streaming, the fact that I'm able to multitask and have my second screen over here on my right side, have Google open, YouTube, whatever. The fact that I can game, and if I want to look to the right, because let's say I'm dead or whatever, and I want to see one screen, but then I want to see let's say I'm looking at Daniel's screen, but then I can pull up your stream, Donnie, and see what you're looking at, if you're still alive, and I can still see Daniel's screen as the gameplay is going on. So I enjoy that. And just how you everything has its own exclusives. So there's certain games as well on PC that you can't play on console and whatnot. But I just really enjoy the beauty of the graphics, how stuff looks. I thought PS5 was the best thing. Oh man, this looks great. I know we used to always argue about like, oh, Xbox and PlayStation is better, but which is better, blah blah blah. But like now that I have like my PC and I'm getting like 200 and something frames per second, I'm just like, oh my god, like this looks great. So definitely better.
Yeah,
and it is not even about frames. You know, it's like it's the the quality of the games that you play, like. And then the quantity too, dude. How many fucking scary games do you have on your library?
really,
shitload, dude.
See, and you would not be able to do that on a console, right? You wouldn't be able to do it on a console.
So I have 48
and also,
total horror games.
Good Lord,
48.
Damn,
that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So
what were you gonna say, RT?
No, I was gonna say like the stuff you could also mod. You know, you could take an existing game and mod some stuff. You know, like that's pretty cool. And also, I think the game industry is going to push in that direction. Like Xbox, I think they're done with consoles, and they want to become the Netflix of gaming.
So that's a good point, and that's kind of what I was going to bring up. So I'll give you my opinion. My opinion is vaguely the same, right? Because I'm the same way. I look at the overall experience of gaming. I'm not a game snob by any means. Do I play a lot of games? No, I don't. Right. But I purchased a PC to enhance the gameplay of the game that I like to play the most. So I have to say that I agree with that statement because of that simple fact. That's what I chose to do. And that's the route that I went. Right. I will say there's argument. It's not a lot. So this one on Buzz. So for anybody that's listening or anybody that's watching, I got these unpopular opinions off of BuzzFeed. So if you want to go through and check them out and look at the ratings, you can do that yourself on your own time after you finish watching the whole video, like it and share it and all that kind of stuff. But this one was a landslide, and I think a lot of people based it off. It was like 70-30, something like that, for people to agree that PC gaming is better. A lot of people were in RC's shoes. They play console currently, have never played on PC, but want that experience based off of, friends telling them and giving them input on how their gameplay is, things like that. And then just knowing that the graphics are different, right? I think there's an argument to be made that console can be better than PC in only very few aspects now as we progress through the life of gaming. Because like Daniel said, right, the cheating problem has been, maybe it hasn't been the last 2 days, but historically the cheating problem has been a thing that you have to deal with on PC, and console doesn't have that problem from what I understand, right? Because I haven't played console in forever, but there's things like that. But to caveat on, or to piggyback on RC's point, is they've announced, right? I can't remember exactly how the announcement went, but PlayStation and Xbox have announced that they are each on their own occasion, on their own separate entities, are looking at implementation of a Netflix type iteration of console gaming for the next one or two iterations, whenever it comes out, right? So basically, you're going to get into the PlayStation Network, just as an example. I don't know for fact, but the idea is logging onto your Xbox or console, going into the library, and being able to filter through hundreds of games, just like on a PC. Now, what that means is you're basically running a smaller iteration of a PC, right? Because it's going to have connectivity to the internet. It's going to be based on a cloud storage library where everybody can have access to. So I kind of agree with RC said, right? Like it feels like the gaming industry is moving in that direction, because I think that's the only way to keep up, right? To keep Xbox alive, to keep PlayStation alive, you create a console that is a sense a PC, but feels like a console, right? Everybody now is hooking monitors up. I don't know anybody that still plays on a legit TV. I used to play on a 45-inch TV like an idiot, bro, and thought I was good, right? Yeah. And then as soon as I made a transition to a 24-inch monitor, bro, I was like, bro, it's so much easier to play this game. It's crazy, right? Yeah. Because I should say America and Americans are, we're all about bigger. Everything's got to be bigger for whatever fucking reason, man. It's like, and it's double that because we're in Texas. Right? Like just because we're in Texas, everything's got to be bigger, right? So that's like, that's like the stereotype of how everything is. Everything's got to be bigger, better, bolder, blah, 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 right? When really, when we switch from console to PC, most of us downsize. We stopped playing on TVs and we started playing on monitors, obviously, right? Like, and I started out with like a 32-inch, like ultra wide gaming computer. I played on that shit for like a week, bro. And I was like, I'm buying a smaller fucking monitor and I'm getting rid of this thing. Like it just made no sense. You know what I mean? So I think it would be cool to end that topic. I think it would be awesome if you could keep the nostalgia, right? Like we talked about with Verdansk. If you can keep the nostalgia of a PlayStation console and somehow integrate the same type of capabilities that a PC has, I think it could be successful, but you have to do it a certain way for it to work, right? You have to put bigger, better, more powerful processors in the console to generate that type of gameplay that you get from a PC. And you could do it because you could literally, like RC said, if you mod some stuff, right? Let's say you're a computer builder, right? Can you imagine how your gameplay would be is if you turned on your console and the only thing you had on your, or not your console, your PC, if you turned on your PC and the only thing you had on your PC was the only stuff that you used to play video games? Like I'm talking about getting rid of, like all the Microsoft programs, right? Word, all that extra fluff that takes up the space on your computer that it has to be there because it's a computer, right? If you take the computer side out of the PC and then just make PC strictly catered towards gaming, I feel like there's a market there, bro. Like PC gaming is becoming huge, but you deal with Norton antivirus because you get on the internet on your PC, right? Like because you get a fucking virus from going on a website at late at night, 2:00 in the morning when nobody's awake. You know what I mean? Things like that. Right? So I tried that when I first bought my PC. I said, I'm not using my PC for anything but gaming. It lasted like 2 weeks. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's hard, but I think if you make a computer only play video games, if there's a way to do it, to get rid of all that extra stuff, dude, I think we'd be leaps and bounds ahead of what we are now. And we're pretty far ahead on some of the graphics that you can get in a game. Like, I mean, processors are outplaying games in a sense, right? Like they're too strong for even some of the games that we play. So I don't know, man, but we're going to keep it short. Like I said, thanks for playing the unpopular opinion game. I think that's something we're going to throw in every once in a while because it gives us something to talk about. You know what I mean? And kind of like helps us look at what everybody else is talking about and what they're thinking of too. So, RC, I want to say again, thanks for joining us last week and thanks for joining us again this week, man. And, man, we appreciate it. We love gaming with you and we look forward to playing more games with you for sure. To Daniel and Jose, thanks again as always for doing this. Every week that we do it, man, I enjoy it. It's a great outlet. I get a lot of things off my chest, and it's just fun to talk. It's just fun to talk to people, man. And so yeah, man. Episode 7. I know it's a short one, but we're trying to get through and figure out how to make this a faster process so we can create more podcasts, and keeping them shorter is definitely the way to go. So we're gonna start emphasizing on some more topic based podcasts as we go into them. So thanks everybody for joining, everybody out there listening. Appreciate it for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Later.